Okay, I would like to call to order our city council meeting Tuesday, August 3rd, 2021 at 5:30 PM. And I would like to ask the mayor to do the invocation and pledge of allegiance.
Please stand with me. Lord, thank you for everything you provided for us. Thank you for such a wonderful day. We're glad that we got Leonard back and placed your healing hands on him. And we ask that you watch over all of our citizens, our first responders, our staff. We ask that you guide the council tonight to make sound and right decisions. And we do all we do in your name. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, Kathy, if you would call the roll, please.
Mayor Shute.
Here.
Carlisle.
Here.
Detman.
Here.
Lawrence.
Here.
Stewart.
Here.
Okay. I'd like to announce any business from the audience. If you have some business and you're not on the agenda, and it's not listed on the agenda, then come on up and see Miss Kathy Haley, and she will give you a form to fill out, and you'll be called upon to talk at the appropriate time. If it's something that's on the agenda, then we'll have some discussions on each item on the agenda through the meeting. Okay, mayor's report.
Just a couple things. Want to thank Scott and Ken and Public Works Department for assisting in the Washington Heights cleanup last weekend. They did a pretty good job. They had a good turnout. The football team was there and several other ones, but really appreciate the city putting forth the effort to help out. The second thing is I don't think we announced last time about Robert Saffold. I don't know if those of you that know Robert Saffold was a very good servant leader in Sebring. Passed away just 10 days ago, I think now. But Robert was a good guy. He's one of the first guys I came and helped work on the CDBG funds for the city, for a lot of the housing and that stuff and some other stuff. But he was fell ill several years ago, and his daughter took him in and took care of him, and so he just passed recently. He's going to have a celebration of life on August 14th at 11 at Bountiful Blessing. So you're all invited to that. To show honor for Robert. So that's all I have.
Good, thank you, Mayor. Council members' concerns, comments, or liaison reports? I'm going to start with our latest.
I'm just glad to be back.
Well, we're glad to have you back.
There's no report, though.
Mark?
No report.
No report.
Okay. All right, we have a consent agenda, and I'm going to pull D, which is the 2 fire hydrants installed at 4,000 DeSoto Road, and I'd like to talk about that just a little bit. But if I could maybe get a motion on the other 3?
I make a motion we accept the consent agenda after we pull D.
Okay.
Second.
Okay. I have a motion and a second. Any comments from the public? Any other comments or questions from the council members? Okay, Kathy, would you call the roll, please?
Carlisle.
Yes.
Detman.
Yes.
Lawrence.
Yes.
Stewart.
Yes.
Okay, and then if we could talk to Mr. Bogus about D. How you doing tonight?
Good evening.
I think my biggest concern on this is that I understand that this is a pretty big complex. And I know it's not in the city, so we really don't have any or much say, I'm going to say, on the fire hydrants. But I just kind of wanted to make sure that the developers here are aware that these fire hydrants are spaced quite a distance apart, and that all of our fire trucks don't have the hose to lay a line from these hydrants to some of the areas of this park. So I just wanted to bring that out and make sure that they're aware of that.
I believe they are, Charlie. I talked to Marvin at Polston Engineering about the spacing, and he basically said that the RV parks are not under the same type of rules that normal housing is. I don't know anything about the fire code, to be honest with you, but he didn't see a problem. I mean, he's the one that engineered it, so he didn't see a problem with it. But I did talk to our fire chief, and I know he's got some concerns.
Yeah.
So didn't really know what to do about it though.
Yeah, okay. Do they have anybody here from that development by chance?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I just, again, I just want to make sure you guys are aware, and it's probably also to your benefit to put these hydrants, or maybe add a hydrant or two a little closer to some of the places, because the way I understand it, that some of the couple hydrants that are there may be as much as 2,000 feet away from some of the mobile homes there.
Correct. Yes, my
Yeah.
name is Shannon Reed. I'm here on behalf of Sunlight Resorts and Sebring Square LLC. The infrastructure is there that in the future, if we do need to add hydrants, that is available. There is a 6-inch main that runs through the center of the park.
Right.
This was already approved by the county when the site plan was approved. So we did have lengthy discussion with Mr. Natlik, and also with the engineer, and with Mr. Bogus as we prepared, this agenda item for you guys, that we understand in the future that might be required as far as if, because we do have a declaration of covenant if we do get annexed in.
Uh-huh. Okay. And then the other part of that is, and I'm sure you've probably done your homework.
Yes.
But this does affect your insurance rates too a lot.
Yes, sir.
So.
Yes, that has been addressed.
That's an economic decision on your part, I guess.
Yes, sir.
But I'm sure that they're probably a little higher because hydrants are so far apart.
Right.
And just for your education, if you will, most of our fire trucks, now the county, I can't speak for them exactly, but we only carry about 1,000 feet hose on our
Correct.
trucks. So if we don't get it put out with the water on the truck, then it's a matter of shuttling, and that takes a long time.
Right, and I think that is one thing that was addressed when Marvin engineered it,
Uh-huh.
knowing that right now we are in the county. Most trucks that are run a roll are gonna be pumper tankers. And so in the future, if we do get annexed, then that will have to be addressed at that time. But the infrastructure is there as a precaution if we do get to that point.
Okay, all right, I just wanted to make sure you guys are,
Why aren't you going ahead and putting them in?
Because we're already, the water, everything is already ran. It was already engineered and approved that way. So to backtrack at this point would, be,
It's easier now when you're under construction than all the sod and stuff, so.
right, I understand, I agree. It's just the decision that the corporation has made at this point.
Okay.
okay, I just want to make sure you guys are aware.
Thank you.
Okay. I'll accept the
I'll make a motion, we approve the installation of 2 fire hydrants as presented.
I'll second it.
Okay, motion and a second. Any further comments from the public? Council members, any further discussion? Kathy, call the roll, please.
Carlisle.
Yes.
Detman.
Yes.
Lawrence.
Yes.
Stewart.
Yes.
Okay, we have no old business, so we're gonna go on to new business, and we're gonna start with A, New Year's Eve block party and car show. Mr. Tommy Brandt.
Evening, gentlemen and lady. Pretty much a repeat of what we've done the past few years. Each year we try and improve a little bit, of course, when we can. And it's been successful as far as what we'd like it to be, just unifying the community, giving somebody a safe, friendly place to be able to celebrate New Year's, bring it in as a family and as a community. We'll make a few small changes this year. Mainly just the time frame was a little bit too long last year, so we lost part of the public. We had probably the same crowd as we did the year before, but they were spread out throughout the evening, and we'd kind of like to unify a little more than that. Pretty much status quo.
Okay, well, let me start off and say thank you very much for doing this.
You're welcome. It's our pleasure.
I think it's a great thing. I know I came last year, and it was a very nice event.
Well, thank you.
So, and it does give us something to do on New Year's, if you will, in a local sense, so.
Yeah. It's a
good family
we
event,
appreciate it.
Yep.
Yep,
It's a good thing.
Very
Thank
nice.
you.
yep.
We,
So-
I don't know why we haven't done it before. We started this 2 years ago.
2.
And 2 years ago, and we've been doing this for 21 years out on the road, and I never even thought, why don't we start doing this in my own little city here, so.
There you go.
It's
Yeah.
kind of fun.
It's a good thing, especially, New Year's Eve, and kind of
Mhm.
keeps everybody low-key.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing it.
Yeah, we appreciate you working so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I make a motion, we approve the event as presented, conditioned upon providing liability insurance.
I've got a copy of it in the car if you need it, or I can email one.
Give it to him.
We've already got a copy of it.
Okay, so we're good to go?
I'll second that motion.
Okay, have a motion and a second. Any comments from the public? Other thoughts from the council? Nope. Kathy, would you call the roll, please?
Carlisle.
Yes.
Detman.
Yes.
Lawrence.
Yes.
Stewart.
Yes.
Okay, you got it, and we'll be looking forward to it.
Thanks, Tommy.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tommy.
Thank you.
Okay, item B on new business, Sebring Arts and Crafts Festival, Highlands Art League. You would state your name and,
Good evening. My name is Jennifer Coates. I'm the new executive director for the Highlands Art League, and I'm happy to be here. And I am here to request approval of the 54th Annual Sebring Arts and Crafts Festival at the Circle Park in historic downtown Sebring. What we are going to bring is a special event for the city of Sebring that unfortunately we had to cancel last year due to the COVID pandemic, and we're trying to bring it back to the forefront. We're in the process, pending right now, of receiving artists and vendors' applications. We are actually also in the process of the liability insurance application as we speak, and we're just wanting to make it a bigger and better and more appealing function for the city and town, and trying to involve everyone that we can, whether it's the small business owners and whether it's the general public, just bringing more people into downtown Sebring.
okay. Comments from council?
Any questions?
Question?
Another great event, thank you.
And I'm happy to be here. I'm a new Sebringite, November 1st.
Are you getting a very good response this year because it did cancel last year?
We are actually, it's surprising because, and people, right up front, they ask us, well, what happens if, we're on a week-to-week again on this COVID thing, and we're telling them, we'll work with everyone 100%, and of course, we can't predict what's gonna happen November 6th, but we're hoping to just keep it up and running and do
Well,
what we
just-
can to help them out.
I'm gonna offer you a little encouragement and tell you that I was reading about the Caladium Festival down in Lake Placid, and they had a tremendous response.
Awesome.
So, and they too, I believe, canceled last year.
Oh,
So
great, yeah, and
hopefully,
actually-
people are just dying to get out again.
I
No
know.
pun intended, I'm sorry. Not dying to get out.
Well, actually,
Good way to put it, Charlie.
Larry Felder, our
10,000
in-house artist, is
comedians.
awesome, by the way. He lives in Lake Placid, and he attended the Caladium Festival, and he said the same thing. He said it was a huge crowd, so he
Yeah.
was looking forward to things happening again in Sebring.
Okay. Any comments from the public? Motions?
Just a question here on the note. It says HL is requesting waiver of deputy fees. You talking about the police department, the $540 fee for the 12 hours of overtime?
No, sir, that's a mistake on my part. I didn't catch it, proofing it. I think it's
All
supposed to say as
fees?
displayed, but they're looking for a waiver of all the fees.
Of all fees?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Which I believe we've done in years past as well.
Correct.
We have.
We
That's
have.
my understanding.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion that we approve as presented the condition upon Highlands Art League providing a certificate of insurance of showing $1 million liability coverage for the event within the city, with the city named as additional insured.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments from the public?
Yeah, you didn't say waiver of fees. It's not in the motion. Are you waiving fees?
To include the waiver of the fees.
Second.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Any comments from the public? Comments or others from council? Kathy, would you call the roll, please?
Carlisle.
Yes.
Detman.
Yes.
Lawrence.
Yes.
Stewart.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. We're looking
Thank
forward
you,
to it.
And we really appreciate it. We look forward to seeing you.
Okay. Okay, C, proposed ordinance annexing approximately 49.369 acres of the former Harder Hall Golf Course. Jason Leman and Mr. Swain.
Hi, I'm Jason Lehman here on behalf of the Harder Hall Golf Club LLC, former.
Okay, very good. Would you tell us a little bit about what you want to do?
I wanted the 49 acres left to be annexed into the city because the people we've been talking to that are interested in developing it would need city water and sewer.
The north half of the golf courses are in the city, and he's asking to bring in the balance of the golf course.
Yes, sir, that's correct.
And he'll, as far as zoning and stuff, it's gonna stay zoned in the county until they come back in and ask you to change the zoning for whatever they want.
Right, we're R1 now, and I don't know that for sure it'll need to change.
Okay.
And they've agreed to annex to do it, so. Shall I read the ordinance on first reading?
Sure.
This is here for first reading.
Sure.
It's an ordinance annexing approximately 49.369 acres of golf course tract lying in Harder Hall Country Club 3, lying in Section 1, Township 35 South, Range 28 East, Highlands County, Florida, into the city of Sebring, Florida, and establishing an effective date. This is the first reading.
Make a motion. We pass the proposed ordinance and present it first reading, and schedule second and final reading for council's August 17th meeting.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any comments from the public? This is a pretty big tract of land.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I've been mowing it the last 3 days.
I saw you out there.
You need to get a faster tractor.
A bigger one.
Find any golf balls?
A few.
Okay, I'm sure you're aware that there's a few different regulations in the city versus the county, so I'm sure you've done your homework with that, so.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Better garbage pickup here.
For sure. All right, no comments from the public, nothing else from council members? Okay, Kathy, would you call the roll, please?
Carlisle.
Yes.
Bettman.
Yes.
Lawrence.
Yes.
Stewart.
Yes.
Okay, we have another reading on this, and then, assuming that it passes, that will be the next meeting.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we have a public hearing now. Let me start the public hearing for reimposition and collection of fire protection special assessment.
It's on you, Scott.
I'll go through the purpose of the public hearing is the city council is considering a resolution that if passed will reimpose a special assessment for the provision of fire protection service within the municipal boundaries of the city. The assessment is currently levied at 19.70% of the maximum allowed. For fiscal year 21-22, the city council is proposing to increase the level to 25% of the maximum allowed. Rates are shown in Exhibit A. The fire assessment is expected to generate $884,223 in revenue and is used to help offset property taxes. The purpose of this public hearing is to receive public comments on the proposed assessment. Following the public hearing, council will consider the final rate resolution and what that would reimpose the fire assessment. Overview of the fire assessment rates, Exhibit A, Mr. Nathan.
Good evening, council. Attached is Exhibit A, and if you take a look at Exhibit A, the current adopted rates are at the 19.7% level. That provides for an $80 residential rate, a 3% per square foot commercial rate, one penny per square foot for industrial warehouse, 4 cents for institutional per square foot, 27 cents for nursing home, and $7 for vacant land. The proposed rate at the 25% level would take residential to $101, 4 cents, so it'd be one penny increase on commercial per square foot. Industrial warehouse will remain the same at a penny per square foot. 5 cents a square foot for institutional, that'll go up by a penny. And 33 cents a square foot for nursing homes, that'll go up by 6 cents a square foot, and $1 a square foot increase in vacant land.
Thank you. Okay, do we have any public comments or input on the fire assessment rates? Council members? I would just like to comment and say that at these rates, even at this slight increase in the rates, we're still below the county and below Avon Park in virtually every category there is, and certainly that's true about the residential.
Yep.
So, all right. Okay, I'm going to adjourn the public hearing.
Now
Now-
you have resolution
Yep.
2021-11, which is the final fire assessment resolution. It's entitled, "A Resolution of the City of Sebring, Florida relating to the provisions of fire protection services, facilities, and programs in the City of Sebring, Florida, establishing the rate of assessment, confirming the preliminary rate resolution, reimposing fire protection assessments against assessed property located within the City of Sebring for the fiscal year beginning October 1, 2021, approving the assessment roll and providing an effective date."
Very good. Okay, any comments from council?
Make a motion that we approve the final assessment resolution 2021-11 as presented.
Second that.
Have a motion and a second. Any comments from the public? Okay, Kathy, would you call the roll, please?
Carlisle.
Yes.
Detman.
Yes.
Clements.
Yes.
Stewart.
Yes.
Okay, on to 10F, appointment of investment committee, Mrs. Robinson.
Good evening, council. At the first general fund budget workshop, it was discussed, we discussed investments and the need for diversification, and that maybe we'd even want to go out for bid for somebody to assist with that, an external financial expert. So I'm here before you this evening to see if we can appoint a committee. Currently, the investment policy leaves the responsibility of administering the investment program with the city clerk treasurer, and the management of the investment program is delegated to the city finance director. So it's my recommendation that we appoint a committee so that the entire investment program is not held as responsibility is with one person, so that we would have a committee to do that.
Okay, very good. Council member, questions, comments?
Makes sense to me.
Me too.
I'd like to recommend that maybe the council president be appointed to the investment committee since he works so closely with administration.
Okay,
And he's a good investor.
well, some days.
I think we're all in that boat.
Well, thank you for that. Do you have any other recommendations on who you might want to be on the committee?
I think that the city clerk should be on the committee as well.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if we want to add accounting staff. I did speak with the county, and the clerk of courts is on their committee along with their business administrator and 2 of their accounting staff members.
I think your assistant would be very helpful in that regard as well.
Yep.
Jenny?
So the accountant.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Mr. Nathlick, any comments on this?
The only other comment I might have, and I don't know if the mayor is available to serve on it, but if you'd like to, but I don't know whether or not, potentially there could be a conflict of interest down the road, if, his banking institution wanted to bid on any of the investment, policies that we, may generate from this committee, so.
I don't have a problem with it. I think, I can't vote on the approval of the bids.
Yeah.
Anyways, unless you wanna give me some power, but, but I mean, it would all be on if
An
you go on, it's
advisory
gonna be on our.
capacity,
anyways.
yeah.
I think it'd be a good idea to have. him on
Utilize his
there.
expertise.
Definitely.
Right.
Yeah.
Little there is.
I think it's
So
a
we
good
have the
idea.
council president, city clerk, Jenny, and the mayor.
That'd be good.
You're not gonna be on it.
Yeah. I think that would be a good thing
Well, she'll see
also.
the end result. of it.
Only if you want me
Right
on
in the
it.
middle of the banking business, so.
Well, you're
And he can
the
always
financial
recuse himself
director.
if they end up talking about the bank up on the corner where he parks his truck every day.
You don't think the financial director, Penny, should be on it?
Well, I think it'd be nicer if we could go to her, and if she's a part of the committee, it'd be harder to go to her,
Okay,
because it's
so
a
just keep
recommendation to
Jenny.
the committee, so I
Okay.
prefer her not to be on it, and that way we can go to her with questions or anything else,
Okay,
my opinion, but.
sounds good to me.
So that would be,
Ex officio members.
Yeah.
Council president, city clerk, Jenny, and the mayor.
okay, so 4 people on that committee?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Request a motion?
I
Got a
make
motion?
a motion that we appoint the council president, city clerk, Kathy Haley, Jenny, and the mayor to be on the investment committee for the city.
I'll
Okay.
second it.
Just as a clarification, that would be at the present time, the committee assignments, do you want to do it by people or by positions? Because the president, council, and or
Well,
the
I would
mayor may
think
change
as
at
the
some
council
point.
president changed, that would just change.
Okay.
So we wanna make it by title.
title.
So
Okay.
can we make that for Jenny's position would be accountant as well?
That's fine.
Right?
Yeah, by title then.
This would be a recommendation,
That
we'll come
sounds
back to
better.
recommendation to council for decisions on this, Penny? Okay, so this will be a notice meeting to the public also,
Mhm.
so, just letting the public know that.
Okay. All right, so that was your motion. Do I have a second?
We have one here.
Okay. Any comments from the public? Okay, Kathy?
Carlisle.
Yes.
Detman.
Yes.
Lorenz.
Yes.
Stewart.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, I didn't get any requests from business from the audience. You don't have anything, Kathy? Okay. City Attorney's business, proposed resolution updating the purchasing policy and adopting a written code of conduct. Mr. Swain.
Yes, sir, we have 2 items in this one agenda. The first one is a resolution of the City Council of the City of Sebring, Florida, adopting a revised City of Sebring official purchasing policy and providing an effective date, and that's resolution number 2021-12.
Okay. Comments or questions from council? Comments or questions from the public?
Make a motion, we move to approve and adopt the city's updated purchasing policy via resolution number 2021-12 and the city's written code of standards conducted via resolution number 2021-13.
I'll second that.
Should let you make the motion, it's a lot of words.
That was the motion, I think.
No, I know, but I didn't know you read it, I didn't know you had read both resolutions, I'm sorry.
I haven't read
He
the
didn't-
ordinance.
he didn't
I mean,
read the,
second resolution, I just read
Okay,
the
because I
first,
was approving that one too.
the first.
Why don't we do one
Yeah,
at a
we're
time?
one at a
then?
time.
Do one at
But
a
you just
time.
approved the motion to approve both resolutions, that's what I was.
Oh, did I?
Oh,
Well,
okay.
I only read the first one.
I understand that.
Let him
The
amend his
was approved
motion.
the first
I
one.
amend my motion to, without the 2021-13.
Second,
Second. Third.
third.
I apologize.
This one.
Is the 13 the one you read or the 12?
He read the 12.
Okay, that's the one you made the motion on?
Yep.
Okay, all right,
Yep.
just make sure we're clear. All right, any comments from the public? Kathy, would you call the roll, please?
Yes, sir. Carlisle.
Yes.
Detman.
Yes.
Lorenz.
Yes.
Stewart.
Yes.
I apologize for confusing everybody.
The clerk is trying
But
to
one
keep
at a
everybody
time-
straight.
One at a time works better for me.
It's not hard to confuse us for the
The
most
second
part.
one is resolution number 2021-13. It's entitled, "A Resolution of the City Council of the City of Sebring, Florida, establishing a written code of standards of conduct governing the performance of the city employees engaged in the award and administration of contracts supported by federal funds and providing an effective date. The reason for this is that the procurement statutes from the federal have said you need to adopt this. These are the same standards you've had before, now you're confirming them in writing, additionally in writing for the benefit of the federal government. And not that you haven't been doing it like this anyway.
Right.
Okay. Any comments from council? Any comments from the public? Okay, it sounds to me like we better pass this, or we're not gonna get that federal money.
Make a motion that we adopt resolution number 2021-13.
Have a motion?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any additional comments from the public or council? Kathy, would you call the roll, please?
Carlisle.
Yep.
Detman.
Yes.
Lawrence.
Yes.
Stewart.
Yes.
12B is a proposed ordinance entitled an ordinance amending section 2-357 of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Sebring to amend the purchases requiring bid process, providing for severability, providing for conflict, and providing for an effective date. This is purchases that are basically dealing with contracts with utilities because there's been a change in the way that's been being done at the state level.
Any comments from council or questions? Okay, any comments from the public?
Make a motion that we approve first reading on the ordinance and schedule second and final reading for August 17th, 2021.
I'll second that.
Okay, motion and a second. Any additional comments from the public or council? Okay, Kathy, would you call the roll, please?
Carlisle.
Yes.
Detman.
Yes.
Lawrence.
Yes.
Stewart.
Yes.
Okay, any other city attorney's business? Okay. City administrator's business, Mr. Nately.
I've got two items. First item is 13A. As you all are aware, the Historical Society leases are expiring on both the Yellow House and the Clovelly House. Staff is seeking guidance from council for an extension of the lease while the city is in process of advertising potential uses per Florida Statute 163.380. Attached are correspondence to the Historical Society notifying them a notice of disposal of property, which will go in the paper on August 6th. I believe there's a 30-day window in which to respond to that. And the Yellow House lease is attached, and so is the Clovelly House lease. Those expire on the 5th of August.
So basically, we've got an RFP out there, is the way I understand this, and we're waiting for people to respond to that.
Correct. It'll go out, it'll go in the paper on August 6th.
August 6th, okay. All right. So, in view of that RFP, we really pretty much need to see what kind of response we get, don't we?
Sure.
Absolutely. We have to,
Yeah,
by ordinance.
yeah. And then meanwhile, because these leases are coming due, then they will go to a month-to-month, I'm gonna say rent or lease or whatever? Is that the way I understand that this is gonna happen?
We can do that.
Well, that's the
If that's
question.
what you, if you'd like to go month to month. Currently, they do expire on August 5th. There is no renewal term attached to them.
Right.
Uh-huh.
So, if you'd like to go month to month, we can do that.
So why don't we go ahead and extend their lease for the 30-day period during the RFP, which would be till, what, September 5th or 6th? And then at that point, we'll make a decision as to how we proceed.
So I believe.
What's
and
the first meeting in September?
I'll check with Lisa, but I think September 7th is when
September
the
7th.
notice of disposition
Okay.
is due, if you will, or proposals for.
And will you present that then to our first meeting in
First
September, which is what date?
Probably the second meeting.
It'll be the
7th?
second meeting, because the first meeting is the,
Wow, kinda works.
I think we would be at the second meeting.
You want to do the second meeting in
Yeah.
September? So why don't we just automatically extend the lease for the Historical Society until the second meeting in September, when we make a decision based on the RFPs that we receive?
Sounds
I'll
good
make
to
that a
me.
motion.
They will need
Is that a
to-
motion?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Any comments from the public? Any additional questions or comments from council? Okay, come on up. Just state your name for the record, please.
My name is Bobby Lee, and I'm sort of like Mr. Lawrence here.
Just speak up if you would, Bobby.
I'm sort of like Mr. Lawrence here. I was just elected as the president of the Historical Society, and it's sort of pro tem because we decide again in October or November, so it's not very long. One of the things that's very important that you probably don't know yet is in the Clovelly House, the weird-looking one, not the yellow one, but the other one. We're holding a Florida history art show Thursday night, and you're all invited. That's it.
Thank you.
That would be this Thursday night?
This Thursday night.
Okay.
There will also be snacks, 5 to 7.
Okay.
Free food.
How about margaritas? Did we get the? Just kidding. Okay, all right, thank you very much. We have a motion and a second. Kathy, would you call the roll, please?
Carter,
Yes.
Denton.
Yes.
Lawrence.
Yes.
Stewart.
Yes.
Okay, bills for approval, Miss Kathy Haley.
One more
Oh, I'm
item.
sorry. Did I miss something?
What's that?
You didn't, but I want to bring it up anyway. With the departure of Council President Ivy, due to the fact that he moved out of the city, therefore he had to resign his position. City charter calls for council to appoint another member in a, we'll call it a reasonable time. So, one, I wanted to find out whether or not you all are prepared to do something of that effect tonight, or whether or not you'd like to agenda that for the August 17th meeting. I can achieve either
Yeah.
if you like.
Their definition of what that reasonable time might be.
Reasonable.
Okay.
No,
What
if
is
you
reasonable?
want to do it tonight, you can do it tonight. If you want to do it at your next meeting, that would certainly still be reasonable. I wouldn't extend it past that.
Okay, and I guess that was my question, because I know we're gonna have an election coming up in about, give or take, 6 months. And whether or not
That's
we
not
want to
reasonable.
appoint, that's not reasonable.
That's
Okay, so we do need to appoint someone, I guess,
Yeah.
then is the.
But, you know, yeah.
Yes.
It says promptly.
It says
Right,
promptly.
Promptly.
That's the official word. It says
Promptly is even
Promptly.
quicker
Okay.
than reasonable.
Than
That's
reasonable.
right.
Okay.
Promptly is
Exactly.
sometimes unreasonable.
All right, I think it's, my opinion on that would be that maybe at the next meeting, so that we have, sufficient time for the public to realize what has gone on, in case someone wants to, kind of throw their hat in the ring or not. But
For
that's
council
just my
president?
opinion. No,
That's
I'm
what we're
sorry.
talking about here.
No,
No,
we're
this
talking
is the
about
council member to
We're talking
appoint
about
Council member
appointing.
first. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Mr. Ivy,
Okay,
all right?
yeah.
Okay. So, but, if anybody else wants to.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. We can investigate it and see who's interested and make a selection then, hopefully next meeting. Promptly, next meeting. Okay, city clerk's business.
Council needs to put the payment of the bills, please.
So moved.
Second.
Making you sweat a little, Kathy. Any comment from the public on paying the bills? Okay, Kathy, call the roll.
Carlisle.
Yes.
Bettman.
Yes.
Lorenz.
Yes.
Stewart.
Yes.
Okay, the next item, council needs to approve, council president.
Now, let me make this comment that the pro tem is sitting in the council president's seat at this time, which is the natural order, if you will.
Right.
And I'd like to recommend that Charlie go ahead and fill that seat at least until whenever the next new council member is elected and whatever the protocol would be at that point.
I second that.
Okay. I have a motion and a second. Is there any comment from the public? Or comments from council, or? Okay, Kathy, all roll.
Carlisle.
Yes.
Bettman.
Yes.
Lorenz.
Yes.
Stewart.
Yes.
See what you get for being the pro tem?
That's right. Just wait.
Council needs to approve the appointment of a pro tem.
I make a motion that we nominate Tom Bettman as pro tem.
Yeah, I'll second. Oh.
You can't do that.
No, you can't do that.
I can.
You can.
Yes.
Are you gonna do it?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Any comments from the public? Further comments or questions from the council?